Welcome to the new Sex and Happiness with Lori Handlers and her partner Michael Gibson. You're about to dive into a world where amazing sex is just around the corner. And happiness is available to everyone at any age. It's time to learn a little, laugh a little, and explore sex and intimacy from every angle.
Welcome to another episode of Sex and Happiness, a show about your sex and your happiness. I'm Lori Handlers.
And I'm Michael Gibson.
And today we're going to do a recap of our Extraordinary Lovers retreat, luxury retreat in Roatan, Honduras. We're going to talk a little bit about it and what the couples got, what the singles got, and why we do the work we do.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was we'll flash pictures up so you'll be able to see what the property looked like. But we're on the island of Roatan in Honduras. And oh my goodness, talk about paradise.
It was paradise. Roatan is known as a pirate's island. Mm-hmm. It was a place where pirates used to gather and store their booty from the hauls that they made or the ships that they robbed, whatever. And that's pretty much its history. Mm-hmm. There's also the history of the Garifolo, which are a group of African people who revolted on a slave ship and took over the ship and also made their way to Honduras.
That's right.
And they have been living there and procreating there since something like 1727. So it's a whole group of people, black people, people of color who have never been enslaved.
Right.
And they came and we met them. They danced for us.
Yeah, and not the actual people, but the descendants.
Yeah, the descendants, and it was wonderful to meet them. It was really wonderful to meet them and to catch a glimpse of their talent and also their sweetness
and their culture and the way that they dance and their drumming, and it was really an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had that, but mostly we had our work cut out for us. We had a group of couples. And we had some singles who joined us.
That's right.
And we really gave it our all.
Yeah.
We really did give it our all. So they were, first of all, they were thrilled to be in paradise. I mean, you wake up every morning and see water surrounding. And even on a rainy day, we caught a rainbow and we had the sunset every night in the spot.
Spectacular.
In the spot where we were conducting our class. We were on a yoga shala that was overlooking the west side of the island, so the sunsets came to us. Yeah. And it was amazing. And basically the couples takeaways were quite large. They got really into communication on a depth to a level that they had probably never gone before. Yeah. Communicating their desires, communicating fears, communicating boundaries. And they definitely got closer together while we were there.
Right.
One pair came and decided they weren't going to be together anymore. And they parted amicably. They parted. We keep talking about return to love. And they parted in the love.
Right.
And so that was actually beautiful. And they both said that they would come back to Extraordinary Lovers again and take it again for another time to get more.
Yeah. We really had such an amazing time. And the couples, there were struggles, and there were, some of the couples were struggling with some of the curriculum, but we made it such a spaciousness, and we allowed there to be time for integration and testing some of the waters and new ways of actually communicating, that they were able then to really work things out. And when you do that, I just have to say, the other side of that, when you can work out those problem areas in a relationship, then it becomes very juicy and hot and sexy, and we saw that happen too.
We did see that happen, and if you think we're talking about only hetero couples, we're not. We had an assortment of hetero couples, and we also had a couple same-sex couples. So when we say couple, we are not discriminating about who your choice is to be with.
That's right. Yeah.
And all of them benefited. Now we had a bunch of singles with us too, people who don't want to make the same mistakes
Right.
in relating that they made before.
And that was interesting because many of them were they were thinking that this was just going to be a couples retreat, and really what they got to see was couples working things out, and then they could model that. And you and I model that, so we were showing them this is what it looks like to be in love, to be in the love, and then how to work your way back to love when you find yourself kind of in that crunchy spot.
Yeah.
So they got to learn that. Plus, they really got to see how important it is their values are.
Yes, their values so important. That's the whole basis of relating.
Yeah.
What your values are, and if your values are similar or can blend with somebody who you choose as a partner. One of the people was signed up to go to the course with a partner, and they broke up before the course.
Yeah.
And this person came anyway and wrote to me just yesterday or the day before saying, I would come again. I learned so much, and I had such an amazing time. I would come again. And then some other people who were single and joined us wrote the same thing on posts on Facebook.
Yeah. We love that.
So that was...
Thank you so much for saying.
So that was amazing. So really we taught about seduction as a team sport, things we've talked about on the show before.
One of my favorite sports.
Seduction as a team sport.
Seduction.
Do you think they should televise it and put referees?
I think it should be on the Olympics. I think seduction should be an Olympic sport. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. We'll lobby the Olympics. So we taught seduction as a team sport. We taught about values. We taught about returning to love, getting back in communication. Yeah.
Oh, and let's not forget dealing with your own emotions, those powerful emotions that arise in every relationship, just day by day. Watch the news a little bit and you'll have an upheaval of emotions. And how do we work through those?
Didn't they just see an emotional upheaval on the Oscars?
Yeah, the Oscars. Will Smith smacking the shit out of, according to Chris Rock, smacking the shit out of Chris Rock, yeah.
So we thought, wow, they could use some emotional release tools.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so that was just, I'm thinking back, and in my mind's eye, I'm just remembering the lovely walk that we had, the trails that we were able to go. And
oh yeah, we did something called a land journey, a land medicine journey. We had people walk the land without talking, a silent walk to just see how the land would speak to them, and how the trees and how the bugs and how the birds and everything that was there would speak to them, and they loved it.
Oh my gosh. You have to imagine this
paradise
resort. It's called Paya Bay Resort, and it's literally carved out of what looks like must have been an ancient coral reef. Like it's an island that must have been some kind of a coral reef in ancient days when the waters were way above where they are now. And because the rocks are craggy and they look like coral above ground, and it was carved out. There's these trails that are carved right into it. And so we get to walk by, and as you're walking by, there's these vines that just are growing everywhere. It's this beautiful jungle with a canopy overhead. And so, when it rains, it's kind of dripping down the water, but it's mostly keeping you from getting soaked. And so I remember walking that day after day, 6 times a day, up the stairs to the shala and our teaching space, and we call it the temple. So, but you can only imagine how magnificent that is, just going around and seeing that. And then there's the other side of the resort, which they have different zones. So it was a clothing optional resort, and certain zones within the space were for clothing optional, and others were not clothing optional. You had to be nude in those areas. And oh my gosh, they have a thing called Fire Island. Now, you grew up in Fire Island.
I grew up on Fire Island, New York.
This is Roatan, Fire Island, Roatan. But beautiful, beautiful space with palapas, situated in these really, curious places like up on a hill or out on the water. Or, just amazing. What an amazing space it was. It was really, truly beautiful. So what's really remarkable to me is that, people spent money and, caught flights to come to a place to learn how to make their relationships extraordinary. And I mean, that's just returns and renews my faith in humanity, because I see a lot of people, you and I say this often, that, couples are an endangered species. And we feel like couples, when they get into their coupledoms often, they don't really have the tools or the practices that can help them be successful in their relating.
Well, they've never learned any. There's no place in school or anywhere are we ever taught how to relate to somebody. We're taught how to do math, geometry, trigonometry. I don't know how that relates to our relationships.
Well, I don't know how we can math our relationship, but
we can.
We could science it a little bit, for sure. But what they need to be teaching us is, how do we connect to our values, and how do those values then produce the boundaries that protect those values, and what are our core values and what really matters to us, and then are those things in alignment with the person that we're selecting to be with, whether it be for a year or 10 years or a lifetime. Do your values actually align? And then go beyond that and say, how do we honor one another's boundaries and values so that we actually do experience the love that we desire?
Yeah.
And that's what they came for.
That's what they came for, and that's what they got. And they were just super happy, really super happy, and we were super happy.
I was sad to leave. I was thinking, well, maybe we get a little casa on the island somewhere. I don't know. It was sad. It was sad leaving, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really paradise.
It was so beautiful.
No one wanted to leave. Really, no one wanted to leave. So, anyway, we're speaking about this because it's really important that you invest in yourself and you invest in your relationship if you're having one, or if you're going to have one. You need to do the same kind of study and homework and things that you did in school for other subjects.
Right.
This subject is of utmost importance to you. We know it is. It's of utmost importance to us. And so many people are failing at it.
Yeah.
I just looked at the statistics yesterday, and it said that 50% of all marriages, first marriages, end in divorce. And it said that over 60% of all second marriages end in divorce. And I didn't go any further, but somewhere I saw that 78% of all third marriages end in divorce. And I also saw an article about the reasons that that second marriages end in divorce. And so they cited things like very difficult to blend two families together, difficult issues with different sets of in-laws. That's for people with children. They also said they had people have unreal expectations, like they leave a relationship and they think that the next one is going to solve it, but they haven't changed or done anything with themselves to make themselves any different or any better, so that they just go and they expect to be saved or something by the next person, and that doesn't work. And they said that also people rush into a second marriage too soon without actually vetting the people that they're connecting with, and on and on. It went on and on. All the things that Michael and I talk about in our courses, where you really have to flush out your values and figure out what you have boundaries about, and be able to be clear about those and state those, so that a person that you're relating to knows where, because people step on each other's boundaries all the time, and they don't even know there's a boundary there. So a lot of the things that we talk about were the things cited in this article about why second marriages fail. And we're not for people failing in relationships.
Absolutely
we're
not.
pro people
We think that
succeeding, having success, being rewarded, having a great time. What's the point if you're not in love and having a loving, wonderful time? Like, what is the point? Might as well be alone.
Well, yeah, and you know, again, loving yourself, loving your other, and then love that manifests. Those are the three pillars of our work. And I think that what's really interesting is that we know that when relationships are successful, regardless of the configuration, when they're successful and when you're having love and you're experiencing all the things that a relationship can offer, that society does better. You know, that the world feels better. And I think that's a big part of what it is that we do. You know, I don't think we walked into this thinking we were going to change the world, but we could definitely make a difference in someone's life. And that's what's important.
Well, that changes the world. I always wanted
Absolutely.
to change the world.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't, but I did.
Well, I did. I do want
Okay.
to change the world, yeah, in a lot of ways. Here's what I was going to
Make
say
love,
also.
not war.
Ding.
I always wanted to change that.
Well, we're saying some of this to tell you that what an amazing experience we had. We wanted to share that with you, but also to share with you what's coming next. We have Aurora, Colorado is coming up very soon. We're going to be doing the Extraordinary Lovers Experience weekend. It's a 3-day weekend where we're going to go through all of the curriculum that we do in the retreat, but a little bit more compressed. And that happens October 14th through the 16th in Aurora, Colorado.
And we also have one in Istanbul, Turkey.
That's right. That's coming up if you
which
happen
is
to be
coming
in that
up, and
part of
that's
the
coming.
world.
That's coming up sooner. That's coming up on, I believe it's October 1st to the 3rd. It could be September 30th to October 2nd, something
Right.
like that. But it's the end of September. And so, if you're adventurous and you want to join us in Turkey, we're going to be doing it there.
Yes, do come. And then we have another one after that in Ohio, I believe. Yes,
Yeah.
it's November.
We'll be talking about these and advertising them in subsequent episodes. We also want to let you know that we're putting together an online course. So if you're somebody who could not join us physically, cannot come to a course, but you're somewhere and you want to get the benefit of having this course, we're right in the middle of production, putting together this course online so that anyone can take it from anywhere.
Yes,
So
yes.
we wanted to let you know that too.
And that's exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Can't wait to launch that. That's going to be
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
So,
Well, Lori Handlers,
yes, Michael Gibson.
I would love to just maybe spend the week with you in Roatan, just us. Wouldn't that be nice?
Okay, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we could have
Us
some fun.
and then some others, extraordinary lovers.
Yeah, we'll bring the family. Maybe you could come with us next time.
That would
Yeah.
be awesome. Oh, we haven't said anything about Go Love or anything else.
Oh,
that we
that's
have.
right. Yeah, our favorite sponsor, Lube, which
Yeah.
is Go Love. Yeah. Well, you want to say about it?
Yeah, we use Go Love CBD lube, and we love it, and we highly recommend it for people, especially people who are aging and a little bit afraid about the brittleness or the sensitivity of the vaginal walls. We love Go Love CBD, and you can purchase it at a 10% discount. If you use our code, you go to golovecbd.com and you use the code sex and happiness, and you will get a discount, and I think you'll love the product. We'd love to hear from you about that too.
Yeah, if you've used it in the past and you really enjoy it, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right, so we were saying we're going to be signing off now.
Yeah.
And we'd love for you to be with us on our next episode. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I think we're going to have a guest on our next episode. And we might be open to starting to take guests again. For some of you, I don't know if you know, I kind of burned out on interviewing people, but
Yeah, right.
but we have some guests who want to come on this show, want to be interviewed by both Michael and myself. And so until next time,
We'll see you.
we'll see you. We'd love to hear any feedback, have anything, write to us, please. Follow us on social media. We would love to hear from you. Thank you so much.